Well, have you ever heard or seen a scenario where hip-hop meets opera? Opera performances, you know, what you see in those arenas in Venice and other places. It's always amazing, but when hip-hop meets that, it's a different kettle of fish altogether. It's called hip-hopera in that sense. But Babatunde Akinboboye, a Nigerian in America, who is at the vanguard of promoting hip-hopera. Babatunde, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor.
Fantastic. So tell us, are you the originator of this genre, or this was just your ability to bring everybody up to speed as far as your performance at that contest was concerned?
Well, I've been working as a professional opera singer for maybe the last 10 years, but I've always had this love for hip-hop music as well. And so as soon as I started learning opera and going through the training, I felt the need to marry the two. But it's always something I've done privately. And then when I started sharing it publicly, it seemed like other people liked the combination of hip hop and opera. So I called it hip-hopera. And it made it all the way to Britain. So.
Amazing. So how's the reception been so far?
It has been overwhelming. It's been shocking and overwhelming. It almost feels as though this is a genre of music that has been missing for some people. You know, you understand that there's the European classical tradition. It's very high art, elite, and then the reputation attached to hip hop. It comes from the streets, and I think something about where we are today, there are people who enjoy a little bit of both, and there hasn't really been the music that has served that population, and it appears that they're thirsty for some music that speaks to that.
Does it sound like, to you, like royalty meeting the hood or the hood meeting royalty? Which comes first?
Oh, for me, the hip hop comes first. It's because that was my first introduction to music. I was not introduced to opera until I was in my 20s. And so coming to opera later on, I heard everything through a filter of hip hop. And so it's at the point where when I hear anything opera, when I'm working on an opera, I hear the hip hop in it. And so the hip hop comes first, and then I have to translate into opera.
All right, Babatunde, apart from your love for hip-hop and opera, we also know that you have a unique love for your tea, and we see you in your videos with your teacup. And apart from that, you also have, you know, an affinity for Black history. You put out that content as well. So talk to us about those parts of you.
Well, even though I grew up in Lagos,
yeah, go ahead, Babatunde.
One more time. Living in those two places at such formative years has given me this perspective of I just have a love for our people in on whichever continent they're living. And so as I've studied opera and been encouraged to learn the history of these Western European cultures, I'm finding that in the same vein, there's not a lot of coverage of the history of people from Africa across the continent. So it's become a passion of mine to share that information because every opera singer is a student of history, and there's some elements of history that are missing. And now that I have a platform to share it, I do.
And you were indeed acknowledged by BET as a champion of positive Black representation and a master of vocal range. We're looking forward to hearing, you know, that imposing voice of yours shortly. But first of all, you are Babatunde Akinboboye. Am I correct?
Yes, Akinboboye.
Yes. Talk to us about your Nigerian heritage and what it means to you, although you're evidently all-American now.
I don't think I'll ever be all-American. I don't think you can take the Nigerian out of Nigeria, but You can't take the Nigerian out of the Nigerian.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I'll always be Nigerian. It's a large part of um, of what people expect of me now. It's not something I've been ashamed of. We're very expressive people, and so being an opera singer, it has made it where I don't have to lessen who I am. I can be my full self all the time. And so I bring, yes, I was born in the US and I live in the US. And so I bring that when I come. But I'm Yoruba. I bring that as well. I grew up in Lagos. I lived there till I was 13. And I still go back. So I can't separate the two. It's all of them is who I am.
All right. Okay, so let's have, people have been hearing us asking you questions, where we got you from Britain, Got Talent, and other places you performed. But let's have a feel of what this mixture, or no, mixture is another, let's call it a blend. I call it the hood and royalty coming together courtesy of you. Can you do something for us? People who have never heard you at least have a feel that their Nigerian brother is actually representing them around the world.
No problem, sure. Let me think. So I was typically sing something standard in opera. Toreador en garde, toreador, toreador. Or for example, the first opera song I ever had to sing, it sounded like this. It went, se tutto codite dove si volgere, se tutto lingete dove si leggere, con inequivoco con su nomino qualche garbuglio si troverà. And it was somewhat difficult for me, but as soon as I added a beat to it, se tutto codite dove si volgere, se tutto lingete dove si leggere, con inequivoco con su nomino qualche garbuglio si troverà. Then I was able to lock it in.
And we saw that performance of yours, amazing, by the way, on Britain's Got Talent, and you were applauded, by 90% of the panelists. Even the dissenting, panelists acknowledged your versatility. But do you sometimes find, the fusion of both to be, two extremes, and a slowing down of acceptability by the generality of the consumers of hip-hop?
Honestly, I expected that. I expected some resistance, I expected a large outcry of people expressing some disdain for the merging of the two. But I have not experienced it at all. It almost feels as though the world has had traditional opera for centuries. And it almost feels at this point, the world is eager for it to do something new. And so I've remarkably been met with a large amount of acceptance and a little bit of resistance, but it's only made the success more sweet.
Definitely, we wish you the very, very best. And we're rooting for you as far as you want to go. Mr. Babatunde Akinboboye, representing Nigeria and representing the, how do you call it now? Hopera, right? Hopera.
Hip-hopera.
Hip-hopera. Okay, fantastic.
Yes, like hip-hop opera.
Okay, hip-hopera. Fantastic. Thank you for coming on the program. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
And